I remember coming back from school crying, and my mother said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "They call me a dago." And she said, "But you are a dago, darling. You had a jolly famous dago grandfather who was vice president of Peru for about 12 years, I think, or 8 years, something like that. And he died president-elect. And your dago uncle Ricardo also was alcalde, it's mayor of Lima. They were both mayor of Lima at some time. And he was vice president 12 years, and he died president-elect. And both of them died in their beds. Neither of them was shot, which is more or less a South American record.
You know what I loved was how you met Spike Milligan.
Really, the first one I met was Harry Seacombe. And that was at the audition at the Windmill Theatre, which was run by a man called Vivian Van Dam, who never signed his letters with his initials. And Vivian Van Dam was a strange man. He, very nice chap. He had the only nude show in town, which proudly boasts we never closed. In the war, we never closed. And we used to call it we never clothed. And in those days, the nudes weren't allowed to move. There was a thing called the Lord Chamberlain's office, which was very, very Calvinistic. And they mustn't move, the nudes must not move. God knows it's hard enough when they're moving, you see, and they must stand still. So apparently if a nude was standing still, it was all right to be nude, but if they were moving, it was salacious. A very strange attitude. And this tiny theatre called the Windmill, and we used to have a devoted audience. We used to do 6 shows a day. We weren't allowed to change a word once it had been licensed, because the Lord Chamberlain's office was filled with rather dirty-minded men who used to come round. I think he's got a double-meaning joke in there now, and that must come out, and all this nonsense went on. Because nowadays it's gone the other way. Now it's insane, but in those days it was very prurient.
You probably had the same people for all six shows.
Very often we did. So, I mean, they knew your act. They could do it with you by the time you'd done it 4 times. But they were there to watch the nudes.